Is a $3,000 stimulus check about to land in your bank account? Has Bernie Sanders' bold economic proposal finally gained enough support to become reality? And will Social Security recipients really see an extra $200 in their monthly benefits? These aren't just clickbait questions, they represent real possibilities as a groundbreaking economic relief package gains unprecedented traction in Washington. Stay tuned, because in this video, we're diving deep into this breaking news that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket within weeks. Could this be the financial lifeline millions of Americans have been waiting for? Before we get into all the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on critical updates about stimulus payments, Social Security changes, and economic news that directly affects your finances. Also, smash that like button if you want to see more content like this. Your support helps us continue bringing you the most up-to-date information on government benefits and financial opportunities. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're discussing a major development that's creating buzz across the nation. Senator Bernie Sanders' economic relief bill has reportedly gained significant support in Congress, potentially paving the way for $3,000 stimulus checks and a $200 monthly boost to Social Security benefits. As inflation continues to impact everyday Americans and economic uncertainty looms, lawmakers have been under increasing pressure to provide meaningful relief. This proposed legislation aims to address these concerns with direct payments and increased benefits for those most vulnerable to economic hardship. With prices on essentials like groceries, healthcare, and housing continuing to climb, this bill represents what many see as a necessary intervention to help families stay afloat. Let's break down what's actually in this bill. Senator Sanders, along with several progressive colleagues, has been championing this economic relief package that centers around two main components. First, a one-time direct payment of $3,000 to eligible Americans. This would function similarly to previous stimulus checks, but with a higher amount to address the continued economic challenges many households are facing. For a family of four, this could mean up to $12,000 in direct assistance, a substantial sum that could help with everything from outstanding debts to essential purchases that have been postponed due to financial constraints. Second, a permanent $200 increase to monthly Social Security benefits. This represents one of the most significant boosts to Social Security in decades, and would provide immediate relief to millions of seniors and disabled Americans who rely on these benefits. For someone receiving the average Social Security retirement benefit of around $1,800 per month, this would represent an 11% increase, far exceeding typical cost of living adjustments. The bill also includes provisions for extended unemployment benefits, increased funding for healthcare services, and tax credits for working families, creating a comprehensive approach to economic relief rather than just a one-time payment. Additional provisions address childcare subsidies, housing assistance, and support for small businesses still struggling in the current economic climate. So where does this bill currently stand? After months of negotiations and initially facing significant opposition, the legislation has reportedly gained crucial support from moderate Democrats and even a few Republican senators who recognize the need for economic intervention. Several key committee votes have gone in favor of the bill, with influential senators who previously expressed skepticism now publicly voicing their support. Political analysts suggest this shift may be related to growing constituent pressure as midterm elections approach, creating rare bipartisan momentum for economic relief measures. However, it's important to note that while support has increased, the bill has not yet been officially passed. It still needs to clear several legislative hurdles before becoming law, including possible amendments and compromises that could alter some of the details we've discussed. Congressional leaders have indicated that they hope to bring the bill to a vote within the next few weeks, suggesting that if approved, Americans could potentially see relief by early summer. Senate Majority Leader has reportedly scheduled floor time for debate, signaling confidence in the bill's prospects. Now to the question on everyone's mind: who would qualify for these benefits? For the $3,000 stimulus checks, current proposals suggest that eligibility would be similar to previous stimulus payments, but with some adjustments. Individuals earning less than $75,000 annually and couples earning less than $150,000 would likely receive the full amount, with payments gradually phasing out for higher income levels. Importantly, this bill includes provisions for adult dependents who were excluded from some previous stimulus packages. College students, disabled adults, and elderly dependents would all potentially qualify for payments, addressing a criticism of earlier relief efforts. For the Social Security boost, all current recipients would receive the $200 monthly increase, benefiting approximately 70 million Americans, including retirees, disabled workers, and survivors. This includes recipients of SSI, Supplemental Security Income, SSDI Social Security Disability Insurance, and regular retirement benefits, making it one of the most inclusive benefit increases in recent history. Dependents would also be eligible for benefits under the stimulus portion of the bill, with parents receiving additional funds for each qualifying child, although the exact amount remains under negotiation. Some proposals suggest $1,000 per dependent, while others advocate for the full $3,000, regardless of age. If the bill passes in its current form, what would the timeline look like? The Treasury Department and IRS have significantly improved their distribution systems since the first round of stimulus payments in 2020. Officials suggest that direct deposits could begin within 2 weeks of the bill's passage, with paper checks and debit cards following shortly after. A newly implemented tracking system would allow recipients to monitor the status of their payments online, addressing frustrations from previous rollouts where many Americans were left wondering when or if they would receive their funds. The Social Security Administration has indicated that implementing the $200 increase would take approximately 30-60 days after the legislation is enacted, meaning beneficiaries could see higher payments by late summer. The agency has already begun preliminary preparations to expedite this process, should the bill pass. Economic experts have weighed in on the potential impact of this legislation. Proponents argue that injecting billions into the economy through direct payments would stimulate spending and help businesses still recovering from pandemic-related losses. Research from previous stimulus packages suggests that lower and middle-income households tend to spend rather than save these payments, creating a multiplier effect that benefits local economies. Some economists project that the bill could boost GDP by up to 1.5% in the coming year. Critics, however, raise concerns about inflation, suggesting that additional money in circulation could drive prices even higher. Others question the long-term sustainability of increasing Social Security benefits without corresponding adjustments to funding mechanisms. The Congressional Budget Office has yet to release a comprehensive analysis of the bill's economic impact, which will likely influence final votes as lawmakers consider both short-term relief and long-term consequences. This isn't the first time we've seen stimulus proposals, but it would represent one of the largest direct payment programs in recent history. Previous economic relief packages during the pandemic provided payments of $1,200, $600, and $1,400, making this $3,000 proposal significantly more substantial. The Social Security boost would also be historic, representing the largest increase outside of cost of living adjustments since the program's inception. For perspective, the 2023 cost of living adjustment was 3.2%, whereas this $200 flat increase would represent a much larger percentage for many recipients, especially those with lower benefit amounts. While we wait for final passage, There are steps you can take to prepare. Ensure your banking information is up to date with the IRS if you prefer direct deposit. Check that you've filed recent tax returns, as this information is typically used to determine eligibility. And stay informed about any changes to the legislation that might affect your benefits. If you receive Social Security, no action should be required to receive the increased benefits. They would automatically be applied to your regular payments once implemented. However, it's always a good idea to ensure your contact information is current with the Social Security Administration to receive any notifications about these changes. Consider reaching out to your representatives to voice your opinion on this legislation, as constituent feedback can be influential in the final stages of the legislative process. As we monitor this developing situation, remember that legislative processes can be unpredictable. While support for Sanders' bill has certainly increased, changes could still occur before final passage. The potential impact of this legislation cannot be overstated for millions of Americans struggling with rising costs and economic uncertainty. These benefits could provide meaningful relief and stability. For seniors on fixed incomes, the $200 monthly increase represents not just additional funds, but greater dignity and quality of life. We'll continue to provide updates as new information becomes available, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel for the latest developments on stimulus payments, Social Security changes, and other economic news that affects your financial well-being. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button and share this video with friends and family who might benefit from these potential economic relief measures. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on the bill and how it might impact you personally. And don't forget to subscribe for daily updates on this developing story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.